talking about slow motion, if you didn't pick that up. My name is Thom. Welcome to another tutorial. 120 frames per second, 50 frames per second, 60 frames per second, what do I shoot in? Slow motion is all the rage. If you're shooting a B-roll sequence, you want some slow motion in there to mix it up, make it look cool, make that water splash, or make that coffee drip perfectly. We're gonna be talking about how to do it perfectly today. So the first rule is frame rates. If you're shooting at 120 frames per second, then you're gonna want your shutter to be 1/250. So the ratio is always 2 to 1, 2 to 1. If you're shooting 60 frames per second, it's gonna be 1/120. And if you're shooting real time, which is 24 frames per second, or 30, but 24 frames per second, you're gonna shoot that at 1/50. And that's the technical. After that, let's talk about preference and overuse. So you're shooting a B-roll sequence, you've got some real-time footage, you've got some slow-mo in it, but you wanna make sure that you keep mixing it up. You don't want every single shot to be the exact same slow-mo guy moving, running, and then you cut to he's still running. It's like he's got to get there eventually. That means mixing up frame rates. That means making some wipes or transitions, changing it up so you don't bore or make yourself predictable. If you're going to upload all that footage into Premiere Pro, you can select all the clips that are 120 frames, 60 frames, 50 frames per second, whatever you're shooting in, and you can right click, go modify, interpret footage. From there, you can assume the frame rate to be 23.976 or 24 frames per second. It's a North America thing. And then when you play that back in your source viewer, it'll already be in slow motion. Now, my last tip is speed ramps. We'll talk about that in a later video, speed ramps in depth, but let's just talk about them a little bit here. So a speed ramp changes the speed of your clip, so you can go really fast or slow, and it just really changes the pace, really mixes things up. Let's say you're going behind someone and you want it to go fast for a little bit, then slow for the ending part. That's a speed ramp. Now, how do you get there? You click on the clip that's on your timeline, you right click it, go down to show keyframe properties, you go to time remapping and speed. Now when you're there, that line is going to change. So you can use your pen tool to predict and make different waves and moves to make things go faster or slower. And that's what I do in a lot of my B-roll. And that's it. Now it's my turn. What am I going to shoot today? Thank you so much for watching. I appreciate all the support that I've gotten over the last couple weeks since I've started uploading more regularly. It's been super fun for me, and I've noticed that you guys are enjoying it too. If you liked something or if you learned something today, please leave a like, comment, subscribe, you know, all the things that YouTubers ask you to do. I'm just a guy who makes videos and has a lot of fun doing it. I really appreciate the support that I've had lately, and I'll see you in the next video.